Hello and welcome, or welcome back. My name is Joe, and I'm kind of playing around with my settings here, trying to make sure, but it's been a little while since I've actually gotten to stream or record, but Michaela had to pick up a 4-hour shift as somebody that works with her called in tonight, and Lily actually went to sleep, so figured we'll play a little bit of Oxygen Not Included, which I actually haven't played since the released game came out. Scratch that. I think I played one cycle. I loaded it up, but wasn't really able to do anything. But still working full time. Vomiter. Yeah, we're getting rid of a destructive and binge eaters. Good enough. But Michaela is still working. Now she's been working the night shift, and she doesn't drive, so I've been having to get her to and from work. And the shift that they had me on to start, I would go in at 2 o'clock and get off work at 10, but when Michaela started working her shift, they have her going in at 10 o'clock, and she doesn't get off work until 6 a.m. So I had to get it set up at work so I could generally go in early, usually 1:30 or 1 o'clock, so I'd have time to get off work and pick her up and get her where she needed to be. And then I'd get 3 or 4 hours sleep and go pick her up. Since I'd asked for earlier shifts, they just kind of took it as an okay to have me start working 7 to 10 o'clock in the morning, which could be worse, but it's not something I'm a fan of, just because I don't get a whole lot of sleep beforehand, especially on nights where sleeping just doesn't want to happen. And then I generally just kind of get off work, and me and Michaela spend some time together before I have to get her to work. And it's just kind of been a cycle of that, so actually playing anything's been kind of a pipe dream. But I want to say I've got roughly an hour that I can sit here and do this before I have to go get her. I don't know why I bothered putting the doors up so early when all this is wide open. But I'm actually... There's a steam geyser. I can't remember what I was going to say before that. Or, yeah, before he got entombed. But so I've got a steam geyser over to the right there. Even with it being a cool steam geyser, it's still going to crank the heat up in my base quite a bit. But at least I've got a way to get water, and I'll also be able to use it for power later on once I get the steam generator sorted out or unlocked. And I'm playing this on the touchpad on my laptop, so it's a little iffy trying to actually reach everything. Oh, good job. Apparently it's been long enough that I'd forgotten how much they liked getting themselves stranded. But Michaela's actually been talking about wanting to do a co-stream. She actually made a Steam, or not a Steam, Twitch account earlier today, which I'm not sure how well that'll go, because the laptop that I have, I specifically bought it for gaming, so the stuff that it runs can actually handle having both the recording software and the game active. But she's just got a regular laptop that she got from, I want to say, Walmart. I can't remember. But it's already, I think, a year old. And while it can run things like Warframe or Risk of Rain, it has a lot of issues actually keeping up and higher difficulties where it spawns a lot of stuff. But I do think it'd be fun at some point being able to co-stream with her. Generally, I don't really think about it when we sit down and play, because I could have us both set up a headset and just have me streaming while, or yeah, have me streaming or recording while we play. Oh. not sure how what's going on in the game will be any different from how it was before all that got set up. It actually looks like my laptop's trying to lag just a little bit. Apparently, I've got stuff all over the cord of my headset, which this is actually a different headset than the one I usually use, but this was the one that was right there when I decided to start trying to do a little bit of recording. But me and Michaela have gotten moved into our own little house. I'm still trying to adjust to having a baby pretty much full time. Although Lily's 2 now, so not so much a baby as a toddler, but she does like to get into things. Oh, I actually can make the diffuser. I was thinking I had no, that's the terrarium that they changed, so you had to make a science machine for. But I want to say you have to have a jobs station before you can actually do the higher quality science now. Which I want to say they added the jobs thing in the last update before. But I've got a decent amount of algae around my base. I've got a renewable source of water, which looks like when it comes out, it's anywhere from 50 to, I can't really see, about 40 degrees. Once it gets down here, it drops to about, well, no, it's slowly raising the temperature. So I'll also have to make something to regulate that. But at least for now, I've got at least this little room set up, so pneumatic door. I actually want to say air just passes, yeah, so that doesn't actually help contain any oxygen that I make. But I think Michaela was talking about actually getting a better laptop for streaming and gaming once we managed to get some money saved up. Yeah, we had a lot of fun with that because when we went to move in, neither one of us had actually had our own bills beforehand. She lived with her parents until she got her own apartment, and I was still living with my dad. So when we got this place, we transferred her her bills over, and nobody had told us that when it came to the utilities that it would have a transfer fee. We figured it was just going to be paying the rent and I think it was the deposit, which by itself was fairly expensive, but we also had to take another chunk of money to get everything transferred over. And then first day we were allowed to actually start moving in. Went and rented a truck, which was another chunk of money. Got everything moved over. And the way our house is set up, we've got a basement, but it's just kind of like a little trapdoor thing underneath or in the kitchen. Kitchen's a fairly small thing, and they had the fridge set up right across from the little trap door, and I can't remember if it was Vectrin or somebody else, but they had to get into the basement for something, and we couldn't get it open, so we thought it had been nailed shut or something. My dad came over to take a look at it. Turned out it was just stuck, but he left the trap door open, so when Vectrin came in the next day, they wouldn't have to fight with it. And we'd forgotten about it. We'd gone to the store and picked up some food, and Michaela was going to put it in the can't remember if it was the fridge or the freezer, but trapdoor was open and we'd forgotten about it. Fridge was right across from the trapdoor. She took a step back and fell down into it. It could have been a lot worse. If I remember right, she just kind of broke a chunk out of her hip, which took, what was it? Month and a half to heal. I'll go ahead and get another person in here real quick. 4 is probably going to be where I'll stay for a little while. Helps if I actually select what I need done. Too far. It's the water cooler, advanced research. I know there should be a jobs thing somewhere. Okay, I guess they did away with that. Works for me. So I need to go there. And then let them work at that. Go ahead and extend the ladder over this way. Need to dig this out as well. And that'll give me access to water. Go ahead and just cancel that. Then I'll set it up so the pump can just kind of be used as a walk or an intermediary and they can walk across it. Could have sworn that thing reached down farther, but it's not too big of a deal. Michaela messaged me. I'm hoping it's not. Okay, she was just asking for an update. Lily was throwing up earlier. Alright. Why is that an unreachable dig? There's nothing to dig. Alright. Cancel that. Yeah, I've got that minimized, so it shouldn't be causing it to lag. Do that. I've got some furniture now. Okay, I can't do that, but that should allow him to get over there. Set up a little water cooler room up here. I want to say I won't actually get any bonuses from it until I've got some decor up there, but that's at least a start. Then I'm going to deconstruct one of those ladders. Set that down. And apparently Streamlabs doesn't allow for pausing. Duplicate skills. Okay, he likes research. We'll put him on food. Doesn't look like they have the option of prioritizing things based on jobs anymore, so maybe they just did away with the jobs completely. Is there anything? Let me get rid of that. Turns out I actually have a little bit more running in the background than I thought I did, so I'm kind of clearing that out. Hopefully that'll make it run a little better. Okay, I do have the supercomputer. Frankly, I'm just setting this all up here for, well, until I can make a better place for it. Because if I remember right, all of that generates heat. Okay. So I've got the supercomputer. Go ahead and start that. I'm actually going to run and grab me another cup of coffee real quick. Alright, I'm back. Still waiting for them to finish up with food. Does still seem to be a little awkward with the graphics. Give me a moment, let me see if I can change that. Not really anything I can do there. Nope. To be honest, I hadn't realized you could switch that to Fahrenheit. At least that gives me a better frame of reference, because, well, I did a little bit of Celsius when I was in school. That's been almost 10 years. Okay. This is just kind of a natural trap for now, so I'll place that there. Going to need to dig over. Shouldn't be an issue. Where's mop? There we go. Because I do need to get too much. Alright then. We'll extend the ladder down. And we're going to dig this over this way. Let them finish that. Yeah, I try to be careful with how much I actually give them. because I found putting a bunch of stuff on there at the same time, it doesn't always get done, and then you have to keep getting more and more people. And a lot of times they'll start neglecting the important things in base. Such as food or the terrariums, unless you sit there and put those at a higher priority. And if you do that, they tend to, especially in the later areas or later in the game, there's just not a whole lot getting done because all that they're focusing on is the base stuff. I'll cancel that one. We'll dig through here. Set up my tiles. Another door. And I forgot to make a sink. Go ahead and do that there. They do seem to be going through the science a lot faster. I'll just go ahead and do that. Well, no, because I don't want to have them wasting time but working on stuff that I'm not going to need till later, because that looked like it was the wrangling and stuff, which I've never really gotten into on here, so I also need to make some beds. Furniture, cot, that. One, two, three, four, 5, 6, 7, 8. I definitely need to get that mopped up before it ends up in the water supply. Another cot. And that's drained out pretty well, so go ahead and do that now. Just the regular water. And I really don't want to do anything with this until I've got a way to cool it down. And I've got another mess over here. Need a ladder. I need a door there. Keep forgetting you can't do the tile like you can the wires or the pipes. Where pulling it back just erases back to a certain point. Definitely food. That there, put that there. I should probably just make a second toilet. That way it's pretty much two a piece. Oh, there's no option to copy that. Oh, there it is. I did give the deacons... yeah. That's why it's downtime. Not quite sure why someone would want to sleep with their head practically in a toilet, but whatever makes them happy. But on my Steam library, I've got a bunch of different games I'd been planning on doing, and it just... I never really seem to manage to find time for it anymore. Surprised he's saying it's cold with it being 75 degrees. It's actually warmer than what I keep my house on. Let's go ahead and dig all that out. I could do with a compost heap, but I'm not really sure where to put that. I said I need another toilet. Do that, and we'll set up another wash basin right next to it. Still poor oxygen generation. That might have something to do with the fact that the oxygen diffuser was down for a while. Still wanting to get down in here. I could probably just build a ladder straight down. That'll let a little bit of air flow through there. Already got the compost heap. Oh, mess tables are the new one. Skill scrubbers. For now, I just need mealwood. Go ahead and copy settings. And do them all. That way I've got a little bit of food being produced. I've already been playing for almost an hour. Doesn't feel that long. One bed, one bath. Okay then. Apparently I forgot to actually set it up so a door would be built there. No good. Slime lung. Although I want to say they actually made it so that that's not as bad as it was. When they first released Slime Lung, if one person in your colony got it, pretty much everyone did. And if it went untreated, it was fatal. And I lost quite a few like that, quite a few colonies, and actually even quit playing for a while. I also need to dig up all this metal at some point, but for now, trying to focus on what I've already got instead of expanding more. Do I have anyone I can use? Not really, no. Just leave them as kind of a jack of all trades for now. Two people idle. That's right. There we go. Operating. And digging. Couldn't figure out why everyone was idle even though I knew somebody needed to do that. But last time I played, that was part of the jobs thing. So I didn't realize now you have to go through the duplicate thing, even though I sat there and looked at it not too long ago. They are still getting a little stressed out, but at least it's manageable for now. Not really worried about this being a room. I just need somewhere to stick the resources and stuff because I have a bunch of hatches running around. Okay, that's done. Let's go ahead and smart batteries, petroleum generator. That's not quite what I'm looking for. Hydrogen, which I could use. That would work with the steam geyser over here. It's not quite what I wanted, but I can just run a pump straight up. Because I want to say you need oil before, or you can make a steam generator, because you have to make plastic. I'm not too happy with the food, which is probably where most of the stress is coming from. Oh, that's neat. A park or nature preserve. Fertilizer. Oh, there's a fridge. I don't really think I need that yet. Hydroponics. I want to say I don't need that until I start getting into like blossom seeds. Actually, I'll go ahead and cancel that and just set up another algae terrarium. There's some heavier batteries. Heat goes up that way. Same with straight up. That's even worse. Doesn't seem like I have any cold biomes nearby. Wait, that was a 60. Yeah, everything seems to be roughly the same. There's a nice deposit of carbon dioxide. Let's go ahead and do metal ores there. And then here, go ahead and do algae and coal. We'll do that straight across there once they finish with it. At some point, if I make it far enough, I'm also going to try to play around with the automation systems, because last time I played, I'd tried it, and the only thing I'd really gotten to was trying to automate not a storm door, a blast door. I tried to connect it to a space sensor, so if there was meteors coming in, it would shut it. It just kinda fell flat. But I was trying to make a solar generator, make it work. But meteors had hit it, and then on top of it being destroyed, the meteors had cranked the temperature up to like 200 degrees Celsius, and even with it being sitting in space, it just too hot to work with. You'd try to repair it and it would immediately destroy it. And I had a few times where it would actually end up crippling the duplicants, and somebody would have to go save them before they died of heat stroke. I also had that issue trying to deal with a few of the different geysers that they have. Well, that's cute. Excretes dirt. I haven't seen an arbor tree, so it's cute, but it's probably going to starve to death. also need to get a water filtration system set up sooner rather than later so I can kind of put some water back into my water supply. Of course, I'm not sure where to dump the excess polluted water until I get there. And while polluted oxygen isn't a big deal, if you've got a bunch of it around and somebody contracts slime lung, it can sit there and replicate in the polluted oxygen. Oh, they also changed the way germs work, because it used to be you'd start out with an immunity of 100, and once it hit 0, then somebody got sick. Now it's just sick duplicants. I want to say I'm out of metal again. No, sandstone. Find it difficult to believe I'd be out of sandstone already. Of course, if I used my brain, I could go over here and actually... Yeah, I've got 50 tons of sandstone. That'll be fine. They just need to get around to doing it. Which I don't mind them taking the time to try to straighten up here, because it'll increase their morale and reduce stress gain. Morale is the wrong word, it's decor. Still dealing with a food shortage, but that's just because I'm still waiting for the mealwood to grow. Once that's done, it shouldn't be too bad. Alright, those are all done. Once they finish with that algae terrarium, they won't have to keep running away from this area, because it'll start filtering some oxygen down here. The reason I put that there instead of shaving this down is I don't want to end up flooding the plant. Well, there's a muck root. Once it's grown, they can just dig that up. Still not sure why they keep diving down into the water. Oh, muckroot. These plants need to hurry up and grow before everyone starves to death. I've got very little food available. I've still got 2 cycles for the chance the printing pot will give me more. How much do I have in algae? Might help if I was actually looking in the right area. Five tons. That'll get me through a little while. Alright, they're done with that. Hydrogen, power. I keep trying to put two fingers on the touchpad and slide it to zoom in or out, and it's just not working. Electrolyzer. Oh, they've got salt water now? I'm not sure how I feel about that. Shower and toilet. But I don't have much more time before I have to get the baby ready to go pick Michaela up. So, still not sure where to. Yeah, that's already up to 130. I want to find an ice area, get some Wheezewort set up so I can start refrigerating everything and cooling the water and everything down before I start pumping that in and raising the temperature of my base. Because if you're not careful with that, you'll kill your crops faster than anything. Which is also why I don't have like a coal generator or anything set up yet. I've got another little water area up here. There's a pocket of oxygen. Don't want to deal with polluted water and slime lung quite yet. One of my last games, I found out that I want to say it was a natural gas geyser. It might have been an oil geyser. But you don't want to send your duplicants into that without protection because it's just extremely hot. And even trying to put several Wheezeworts there, you have to give it a good bit of distance because the massive jump in temperature won't kill the Wheezeworts, but it'll keep them from actually cooling anything down. That's not the one I want. I want the one that keeps water from flowing through while allowing, I think it's just called an airflow tile. But that way if somebody gets sick or doesn't make it to the bathroom from their rooms, it'll keep the water from flowing down while still allowing air to circulate. There's still a food shortage. According to this, I do have some seeds though. We got some briar blossoms, which I need water filtration, or not filtration, plumbing before that'll work, because they require large amounts of water, and it eats up your duplicant's time constantly trying to supply that. But I can make toilets and showers now. There's gas and liquid, algae. There we go, clean water. And then once that's done, I'll be able to focus on liquid plumbing and get the water pumps and pipes and everything. But I've been trying to set aside at least a little bit of time to play, but it's rough between watching a baby and working, especially since most of the time Lily tries to keep Michaela's schedule, so she wants to be awake after I get off work. And on top of that, trying to get what little sleep I can before Michaela has to, well, between the time Michaela goes to work and gets back, because it's about a half-hour drive each way, so that's 7 hours. And even on a good day, I have trouble sleeping, so I tend to lay there a while, having to shower after work, because you don't want to have blood and chicken juice and all that. So that's 6.5. And every 20 minutes or so, Lily likes to come in and make sure you're awake by, she says light on, but she wants the TV, because generally we lay down, we turn Netflix on for her to kind of keep her occupied, at least until she falls asleep. It's gotten to the point she doesn't want to sleep in her own room. And it doesn't help. Well, used to be we could put her in a room, she'd sit there and scream for a little while, but she'd wear herself out and go to sleep. But the doors to the door to her bedroom, the latch doesn't work. It's set like the door's sitting wrong or something, so she can just kind of pull it open, and she's figured out how to climb the baby gate, so can't keep her in there. But I've got to go. That cat is walking on the ceiling. But I've got to go get Lily dressed and pick Michaela up from work. So as always, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you next time.